Hey, what's up guys? I know it's been a while, but I'm gonna do a review on all the Deviljho armor and weapons. If you've been playing Monster Hunter, you know there's a Deviljho, but in case you want a quick review or you want to know all the weapons that the Deviljho has, I'm gonna go over them all really quick. So my initial reaction to this armor is that it's really ugly. It's just kind of just really stupid looking. Kind of just makes you look like you're covered in weed or fungus or something weird. It's kind of nasty actually. You can go back and check the stats. It's all latent power and speed eating. But I always try to focus on the beta set. The beta set is the one that you need to look at. The beta set has really good decoration slots. To be honest, nobody really needs speed eating, but this latent power that's on these last couple items are really good. It's good because the new Deviljho weapons, they need a lot of affinity to actually work. And it's also good because if you're trying to get a couple latent powers, maybe with the band braces and waist piece, it's pretty good. With the decoration slots, it's pretty worth it. So how I would recommend using the Deviljho armor, I would just use a couple pieces to interchange to round out your build. If you're building an affinity set, you can use the gloves and the waist, and they're pretty good pieces. Resistances are fine unless you're fighting Thunder or Dragon, but I'm going to go on to the weapons now. So for all the Deviljho weapons, I'm going to summarize it real quick. I'm going to use the greatsword as an example. So look at the greatsword. You can look at the first one. It's pretty good. It's easy to make. It's got high stats. But look at the second, the Rarity 7 weapon of the Deviljho. All the Deviljho weapons have the highest raw damage in the game. Remember that. They have high Elder Seal, and they also have more dragon damage than, say, like a Nergigante weapon. If you saw the affinities bad on all these weapons, they're negative like 30 to 15, or between that. The sharpness is always pretty good in the blue, with the ability to go white most of the time. So what you need to understand from all these weapons is that they have the highest damage in the game, pretty much, as long as you can get past the affinity. So as long as you're fighting Dragon, it's pretty much going to be the best weapon you can use. The key again is to use a weakness exploit build or an affinity up build, maybe latent power, maybe whatever else you can to buff the affinity. Also there's room to use handicraft or to get your sharpness into white, so that'll definitely be way worth it on these weapons. You can look at any weapon, they pretty much have the highest damage out of any weapon. Also, because there are Rarity 7 weapons and not Rarity 8, it's going to be easy to augment these weapons. You have 2 augment slots you can use with. I'd recommend doing 10% affinity buff and doing whatever you want with the other one. Yeah, with all this combined, these weapons are pretty much overall the best weapons in the game when you're fighting a dragon. And when you're fighting other monsters with different elemental weakness than dragon, then other weapons start to get better than it. So all these weapons are never really a bad choice as long as you build it appropriately. So when you get to the Hunter Horn, right, the Hunter Horn is pretty much the best Hunter Horn. This loadout of notes it can play and the songs it can play are pretty much the best ones you can do. You can see here it gives you the attack and defense buffs, it gives you health boost. But attack and defense buffs, they're pretty much the ones people are going to feel the most. They're not going to get hit for as much by a lot, and they're going to attack like crazy. Your team's probably going to stun lock the monster with attack buffs. So you can look at the rest of the weapons, the same principles apply. I'm going to just let it roll. You can make your own inferences and whatnot. Yeah, I'm going to just let it play until it gets to guns and bows. Yeah, lances are pretty good. They do a lot of good work on certain monsters. See, I like gun lances. Gun lances are pretty awesome. It's got long ammo. Long is supposedly the worst, but it kinda doesn't even matter. Gun lances are pretty buffed right now, and they're gonna do work no matter what you do. So this switch axe is pretty good. It's kinda a little bit better than Diablo's when fighting a dragon. It's got power files, so it's gonna be hitting super hard. I like switch axes. They're not too mobile, but they do good damage, and they're fun. And I don't know how to use a charge blade. I kind of do, but I don't, so I hate it. So I don't have anything to say here. Nothing at all. I also hate insect glaives because I don't know how to use them right. And I don't want to learn because it's way too confusing for me right now. I've only got one quest completed with an insect glaive according to my guild card, so that's pretty good. I'm going to leave it at one. Somebody else could probably explain the stats to you. I assume this weapon's passable like the rest, but you can look into it deeper if you want to. So now we're on Deviljho Light Bowgun. Deviljho Light Bowgun is pretty good. It doesn't have all the capabilities, but what it does have is power and a little bit unique capabilities. It has a lot of dragon and slicing ammo. It's got a few other good ammos. It doesn't have all the ammos. It kind of has a small amount of ammos, but it's pretty good. It's alright. Not too good. It might actually be bad. See now the heavy bowgun has a lot of gem slots in it, and it also has high attack. It's got pretty bad affinity, but you can fix it with an affinity build. I always use the Zora Magdaros heavy bowgun because it has crazy high attack, but this one is pretty good. It's got enough cluster bombs, I guess, and sticky bombs. That's all it can shoot. Can't shoot too many stats, can't shoot too many elements. But if you want to just use kind of normal ammo, heavy normal ammo, or cluster bombs, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, it shoots a bunch of stuff. It has 3 dragon, but it's whatever you want. See, when you get to bows and guns, negative affinity is kind of worse on bows and guns because you don't always hit the weak spot on a monster. Unless you're super good at aiming, you're not going to hit the weak spot on a monster all the time. But the bow's pretty good. It can shoot power shots. It can get augmented. It's pretty good. It's really going to hit for a lot of damage. So what you can take away from this video is that you can't really lose with these weapons as long as you build your sets correctly. I myself am going to make every weapon in the game, so I'm making these weapons too because there's nothing else to do in the end game. Right now the Spring Blossom Festival is going on, so that's pretty fun. I'll put more videos out on that. So I'll see you later. I'm going to drop a lot more videos soon. See ya.